Good morning. So it is the day that we leave the cottage. The battery is at 100%. It's got 329 kilometers of range, which is awesome. Yep, 100% battery. 329 kilometers of range. Sorry, I seem a bit out of breath, but I've just dug a snowmobile out. There was a snowmobile accident in the little forest over there. A lady crashed into a tree. Not serious, but the snowmobile was mega stuck. So I seen it, I was loading the car, and I ran over and helped. Whew, those snowmobiles are not light. They are heavy. That's why I'm a bit out of breath. Just got back to the car. So I've still not made my strategy for my drive down. I've got no, cancel route. Hi son. Hello, welcome back. So we've started the road trip. I didn't do a video starting the road trip because it was stressful leaving a holiday cottage with the fambo as usual. So now we're in Saariselka. We have done 128 kilometers. Consumption is 21, and it took an hour and 24 minutes. I've been flying. I'll be honest. I've not been messing about. It's 3 degrees now. So the roads have been good, pretty clear of snow and ice. The wet and a fair bit of ice in some places, but mostly the going is good. So I've been able to hammer it. Done speed limit's 100 the whole way, so I've been doing 100 plus 10% plus VAT. So around about 110, 115. I keep the speed up. So you know, I've got to drop these off at the train station, and then I've got to drive let's see, where is it gonna tell us? So 1,015 kilometers still to go to home from here. That's where we are. Let's put it on the big map. So we have a fair bit to do. 1,015 kilometers. So the time now is 1:30. I don't need to charge in this town, so we can continue to Rovaniemi, which is about another hour or so, an hour and a half. Look at that cool larder. You don't see them anymore. That's an old one. That's a cool old larder. So the plan is, I have no plan. I'm just gonna wing it on this trip. I don't want to stay in my usual place where the electricity company is. I leave the car. Not going to do that on this occasion because we're making such good time. I would get there too early in the evening. So it's kind of like a waste of time just sitting in a hotel all evening. So instead, I'm probably going to try and make it to this section here in between Oulu and Jyväskylä. They're two big cities in Finland. Oulu, which is here, and Jyväskylä, which is here. There's really nothing in between. Obviously there's a few small villages and stuff, but there's no big hotel chains or anything like that, or any real places to stay. There might be the odd like sort of small town hotel like that doesn't look very inviting. So the plan is I'm gonna try and make it to Jyväskylä here. Let's add that as a tour point.
Starting route guidance.
Let's see how far that is. Where does it tell me? Oh yeah, okay, so 692 kilometers to Jyväskylä, and I will get there about 9:30, but I've still got to do a couple charges, so that's going to be like 9:30, 10:30, probably 11:30 to midnight. We will get to Jyväskylä. There's a nice hotel I used to stay at. I haven't stayed there for ages, for years, because it's not an ideal place, this, but because I've started this trip from sort of the middle of Lapland. Normally I start from here. I have to go from Utsjoki, which is right at the top. So then, will you stop doing that? So then, middle of Finland is halfway. So normally I drive from my house in the south to the middle of Finland and then to the top the next day. But now that I've started quite far down Lapland, everything changes. All my usual stops are now, they don't work so good anymore. So this is the thing, if you've got to wing it, you just have to play it by ear sometimes on road trips. So I'm going to change it up a bit on this one. So I'm going to go to Jyväskylä here, and then tomorrow when I wake up, it's only 4 hours and then I'm home, which means I will have like a normal day tomorrow. It's a 4-hour drive home, and then I won't be too tired. My body clock won't be messed up, so I can then crack on with stuff at home, stuff I've got to do at home tomorrow. It'll just be like a normal day. If you do these mammoth road trips, like, 16 hours in one day, you're like a zombie at the end of it. So I don't tend to do that unless it's like a cool test, like a road trip test. Then I will do them, but generally I will split it into 2 days, these massive road trips, just so I'm not wiped out at the end, so I can just carry on as normal when I get to my destination. So that's the plan. I've not even checked the hotel in Jyväskylä to see if there's any places there. I'm just gonna, because I don't know if I'll actually make it there. So once I get past, I will stop at McDonald's Hypercharger just south of Oulu. There's a 225 kilowatt charger here, so I will stop here, charge, and then I will check the hotel situation for Jyväskylä. And because the roads are so good and there's strong westerlies now, so I don't have a headwind and the temperature's good, the heating's not taking much energy, I might be able to make it from the McDonald's Hypercharger to Jyväskylä, which is, well, we'll figure that out later when I do the next video. When I get to that charger, I will put the Jyväskylä hotel into the navigation, and we might be able to do it in one go, which will be nice. So that's the plan. The plan is there's no plan, so we're just going to wing it and see if we can get to Jyväskylä tonight. Alright, I'll give an update later. Bye for now. Old tech versus new tech. Old, new. Okay, we're at the Rovaniemi charger. There is a Tesla already on this one. So this charger is a little bit problematic. That one is normally reliable. This one normally gives some error messages, but does work. So let's see how it does today. I've got 45 kilometers of range, so I'm not in a terrible situation. There is some more of these. These are called CCS chargers or rapid chargers, and there's CHAdeMO for like Japanese vehicles. So there's six of these in this city. It's a big city, this, for Finland and for Lapland. Yeah. So we're getting some problems here. Okay, here's the situation. We're in Rovaniemi. I'm having all sorts of problems charging the car. First of all, I went to my usual place, the supermarket. The charger didn't work. I've just tried charging on this one. It didn't work. So either this charger on the car is broken, because this is very strange that all these chargers are out of action at the same time. Totally different networks. Yeah. I think there's something wrong with the car. What in the hell? Sugar. Hello, welcome to another video. Welcome, for God's sake. Hello, I've dropped the Fambo off at the train station. They're getting a sleeper train down to the south of Finland. So I drove it like I stole it, basically, from Saariselka to Rovaniemi, which was 3 hours or so. About 3 hours. It took like 3 hours and 5 minutes. Done pretty well for time. Nice sunny day. It's actually 4 degrees, so the roads are pretty good. Now everything has gone a bit wrong when I've dropped the family off. Then I've gone to a charger. There was a Tesla on the charger that I normally use. There's two CCS chargers at this supermarket that I always use. I always use the left one because I know the right one is a bit temperamental. The Tesla guy was on the left one, so I had to use the right one, and I knew there was going to be niggles, and there was. It just kept failing to charge. So I left there, and then I came to this big shopping centre, which is only 5 minutes away. There's no stress. Like, it has added a bit of time onto my day, like half an hour of faffing about I could have done without. But there's two chargers here that are free, so I've come here. However, I plugged in, and neither of them worked, and I was like, oh, do I have to phone a tow truck? Is the DC charger in my car now broke? So I figured out that with all these car chargers, you get these things, RFIDs, these tags. Each network has a different tag, so you've got to kind of carry a few with you. So I was putting my tag on, and then it was like just bleeping, put the gun back, and I was like, what the hell, on both of them. But then it was my own fault because my credit card had expired. I've not used these for ages, so since I last used them, I've now got a new credit card, new debit card. So that was the problem. I went into the app, updated my credit card details, took like 60 seconds, and now it's charging. So panic over, but oh my god, what a faff, you know. I could just do without that. Couldn't it just let me charge and then send me a notice on the app saying, hey, you owe us like 12 euros. I'm not going to leave the country owing these guys 12 euros or whatever it only costs like that, about 12 or 13 euros to charge the whole car, and then I can drive like 350 kilometers. It's great value. You know, you might think an electric car, quite expensive to buy. Yeah, they're not cheap. Like, you can get cheap ones, so they're not cheap. But this car is basically free because the amount of driving that I do, I've done 13,000 kilometers on it since December. I got it the beginning of December, 1st of December. So I'm doing a lot of mileage in this car, and it's basically almost free, because the electricity is so cheap to fill up. So it's costing me really not much in fuel, especially now that the Finnish government have just put fuel taxes up again. So now it's like 170 a litre for petrol. It's insane. So if I had a petrol or diesel car, I would be spending 500 a month on fuel. And this costs, I think, about 600 and something a month. And it's basically free. The electricity costs, it might cost 12 euros here, but then in other places I can fill up for free. So a lot of my driving is on sort of like super cheap electricity. I charge off my own solar panels in summer, so that's free. So a lot of my charging or electricity is free. So you don't pay much. So yes, the finances can be quite high on electric cars. However, totally offset by the fuel. The no fuel bill or servicing. Don't have to change the oil or oil filters or spark plugs, or all the stuff that you have to do that you don't think you have to service that often on fossil cars, but you do. Things wear out, clutches. It's so expensive to run fossil cars. Like once they get to a certain mileage, that is, they're pretty reliable up to 100,000 miles. But then after that, you start needing to replace stuff. So these are super cheap to run. Don't know why I went off on that tangent. Home. It's 887 kilometers home. So I'm still pretty far up Finland. So 10 hours. So I'm not going to do that all in one go. I've already been driving 3 hours, so I don't fancy with charging stops. That's a long. Well, 10 hours from now, that's like 3 a.m. or something, 2 a.m. So there's no way I'm doing that. That's just like, nah. So this is where we have to wing it, because we started from. Normally we go to the very top of Finland here, but today we started from a bit further south in Lapland. So normally I would go to a hotel around about there, and then the next day I would drive the whole way. However, the time now is 4 p.m. and it's 3 hours to that hotel, my usual hotel. So that means I would get there at 8 p.m. That's a little bit too early, So I'm thinking maybe I will put the hammer down and go to Jyväskylä, which is there, and go stay in a hotel there. But I don't know what the charging situation is there. Let's see if there is a charger at that hotel. And I still need an hour to charge here, so it's going to be 5 p.m. before I leave Rovaniemi. Oh, I was doing so well on time, and these charging stops have screwed me up. So let's see. I think the hotel is called. Oh, I've not stayed there for years. Something Vuori. La Vuori. Well, let's just search on the map. Jyväskylä, where are you? Jyväskylä, where are you? Where the flip are you? There. So I come down this road, E75. What's this? Shopping centre? No. Little? No. What's this? No. Because what I want is a Type 2 charger at the hotel. I think it's called Liabori. Let's see, Liabori. Okay, so it does have that charger there. Hotel Lias, is that what the hotel's called now? It used to be called something else. Truco plug for hotel guests only. So that's your normal EU socket, so 8 amps. That's not enough. That's not enough just for one quick overnight stay. Okay, scratch that idea. What am I gonna do? Let's see. Oh, do you know what? There is a place I like. I've never stayed there. Pretty Pudas. They've got this Niemenharju, like travel. You can. It's kind of like a motel, but I think it's its own little apartments. Madgaila Keskus Niemenharju. Yeah, I might stay there. It's got a CCS, so I could put the car on a CCS, and I think there's an AC one next to it as well. Okay, let's go on booking.com. As you can see, I am totally just winging this trip. Seriously, just winging it. Booking. I don't know how to book this place. I've never stayed there. I've stopped there many times to charge. Near man. Near man. Harry Matkailu Keskus. Monday to Tuesday. Yarp. Sold out. Oh man, so scratch that. It's the ski holidays now, so it's pretty busy everywhere. Okay, I'm gonna come up with a plan. I'll be back. Oh man. snow is melting onto the road. All the side roads are still snowy, so when cars pull out, they're bringing a lot of snow with them, and the road's just very damp and wet, so it's dark. It's absorbing all of the light. So my lights, you can tell by the windscreen that the car's filthy, like seriously filthy, because I've been driving for hours in this like slushy mess and dirt and salt and all kinds of rubbish has come onto the car. So my lights are covered. They're pretty good lights on this car, but the light output now is quite poor because A, the roads are damp, so they're absorbing the light, and B, my lights are covered in mud or like dirt. See, when the asphalt gets dry like here, it's a bit brighter, the lights appear brighter, but then when it gets dark again, the lights seem to go dim. So what we're going to do, I'm going to show you a little trick you can do if you're in a snowy place and you've got nothing to hand to clean your lights. I'll show you a little trick now, what I do to clean them and it doesn't scratch them. Well, I've never noticed it scratching them anyway. I've been doing it a long time. So we will pull into the next lay-by or bus stop. And I'll show you. So look, even with my light bar on, that kind of looks like just the normal headlights. So even the light bar is covered in dirt. So I reckon I've got like 50% less output on the lights and stuff now because of all this dirt on it. So even though you have LED lights and you have a lot of extra lights and stuff, you still want to keep them clean when you're driving in a very dark place like this. Look at that, it's terrible. It might look better on the camera than in real life, but that's real poor. Be interesting to see how dirty they are, those lights, because that is very, very dark light output. Okay, I've pulled over because the headlights are absolutely filthy and I think the light output is below par on them. Normally the lights on this are excellent, but I've been driving in slushy snow all day and the lights are just covered in dirt. Even the light bar, when I've got them on, when I've got everything on full, it's just not enough light output for me. Driving through a dark forest, it's actually more like this, about this dark to the naked eye. Camera makes it look brighter. So, show you a little trick. This is what I do to clean the headlights when I'm in the middle of nowhere. Get a nice big clump of snow. And just gently clean the lights. And I mean gently, you're not pushing in, you're not like grinding away at the lights. You just ever so slightly, just letting the snow glide over it. Doesn't have to be squeaky clean. Look at that. See that? See if I can focus on it. All the dirt comes onto the snow, and then just turn the snow block around and then do it again. It's like a clay bar. It's like you're claying your car, only with snow. Can you see the difference there? Look at that. Filthy. Turn it round, do it again. Turn it, do it again. Get another one. Yes, your hand does get rather cold. There we have it. That is a much better light output. Oh, cold hand, cold hand, cold hand. So now, as we're going through this dark forest filled with moose and reindeer and all sorts of wildlife, appears to see what I'm doing. See, like, already just been in this lay-by, the lights seem much brighter. So now the light bar will be mega. Pew! All good. Okay, let's go again. Driving in Lapland at night time, you can't really see where the straight or the bendy roads are. You don't have cat's eyes here in the road. I don't know if you've noticed that, but because you get so much snow here, it's pointless putting cat's eyes in the road because they're going to be under snow half of the year, so you don't have them, so you can't really tell where the roads are. You've got these tiny little reflectors at the side of the roads, but they're rubbish and covered in dirt and stuff, so they're not much use. So what you can do when you've got your navigation on, you can see the straights on your navigation, also called sat-nav in the UK. So you can see when a straight's coming up, so then you know, okay, I might have a chance. Now's a bend, so you're like, okay, I'm not gonna chance it here. But then when another straight comes up on your navigation, you can chance it. So there should be a solid yellow line, really, if we've got a bit of a bend here. Should be a solid yellow, but there isn't. So you could overtake here, but it's not safe at all. And a good job I didn't. Bit of a curve again, so not too safe. Still a bit sketchy for me. That's a bit short, that straight. Let's see what the next one's like. Yeah, we might have a chance after this bend. It looks like it gets straightened out a bit. beams are on the trucks, if they've got all their main beams on, then you know it's probably nothing coming. There you go. So it's 2 degrees now, and just what a difference the temperature makes to your efficiency and your range. And you can just, like, there's no range anxiety now. It's 2 degrees, which feels very warm in comparison to what it's been. Like last week I done that -40 video. That was only 1 week ago, and now it's +2. So let's see how much the heater is taking. So the heater's only using 0.44 kilowatts. Outstanding. If it was like -20, I'd be using like 4 kilowatts. Such a big difference. I've got to unload some stuff from the car into the hotel first, then I drive to the electricity company, which is a bit of a walk away. I'm pretty happy I chose this option, you know. Been driving since midday, so well, it's like 8 hours since I left the cottage. I could have gone a little bit further, but I'll have an early night and then I'll make an early start in the morning, I think. I wish they'd just put flipping car chargers at this hotel. So the smaller roads are still slippery. The big roads are clear, but the small roads still got snow and ice on them, which is always the case. That's a very big pile of snow, taking up an awful lot of car spaces. At least there's plenty of spaces. Maybe I can get here and plug in. They only... So the problem is, these things, these outdoor sockets, they're on a timer, so you only get 3 hours. These are for your engine block heaters in your fossil cars. So they'll give 3 kilowatts, but it's on like a timer. Oh, it gives you 3 hours and then turns off, and then it'll come on again tomorrow, like then 24 hours later, or like 21 hours later, it'll come on for 3 hours again. So no good for charging electric cars. Hello, so we have made it to my usual hotel on my trips from the bottom to the top of Finland and vice versa. I always stay at this hotel. I could have gone a little bit further today. It's 8:37 p.m. So it's a little bit early, so I could have gone a bit further. The problem is there's no real hotels any further. This is kind of like the last hotel on for another 3 hours. So there's not really any hotels until I get to Jyväskylä, the next big city in Finland, which is hours and hours away. So this is kind of like a necessity. Sort of have to stay here. And this is pretty cheap. It's this building here. It's called Fornum Apart Hotel. It's a nice little hotel. It's unmanned. You just get a digital code to get in the room. So it's unstaffed, and it's cheap. It's 75 euros for the night, and you get like a cool little kitchen area in your room, and it's nice. So you can cook your own dinner and stuff. It's like a little apartment. You get 75 euros, cool. So it's a good price. So as you know, there's a charger. The electricity company is like way in the distance over there where the traffic lights are, up over that hill, over the bridge. So it's a few kilometers away, the electricity company, and you know what, I simply cannot be bothered walking over on this occasion and in the morning, as I've got like a few bags of stuff, laptop, camera bag, food bag, beer bag. I don't want to be traipsing many kilometers on foot with all this gear. So there is a McDonald's. You can just see the M in the distance there. There's a McDonald's with a 225 kilowatt CCS charger. So I'm gonna go there, bang the car on, come back to the hotel, cook me some hot dogs and stuff, and then go back in an hour, get the car and bring it back to this spot. So in the morning I just come out with my bags and throw them in the car. I'll charge to about 90%. So that's good. That should be good for 300 kilometers tomorrow. Possibly even get me to Jyväskylä itself. So these are the stats. This is from Rovaniemi. At the last charge, I've done 236, 3 hours 9 minutes driving, 18.4 kilowatt hours. So that's amazingly low because I've been hammering it. I've been doing well over 100 the whole way. I've been doing like 110 plus that. I'm never gonna say exactly what I do in case the police are watching. So I've been hammering it. I've not been driving eco. So that looks bad. You're like, what? That's only like 200 and that's like 300, just below 300 kilometers of range. Yeah, but I've been absolutely wringing its neck, seriously. So we are exactly halfway down Finland now. So we started like up here, now we are halfway. So tomorrow, let us put in, how do you get this cross off? Press that. So tomorrow, home. This is how far we gotta go. Yes. 652. See, that's not bad. 652 kilometers. 7 hours 36 minutes. So if I charge, ideally I need like 325 kilometers, and then I only need to charge once. If I can do 325 kilometers on each full battery. So we'll see what happens in the morning, but like there's loads of CCS chargers now, so I can stop any time really and do a little top up. There's no stress now. So I think I'm gonna avoid that massive walk in the morning. It's not massive, but it's about 20 odd minutes. So let's go to McDonald's. Okay, the e-niro is on charge. You can actually see the hotel is right there. That building with the writing on it. That is the hotel, so it's only over the road. So let's see what charging speed you're getting. This is a hypercharger, so it does up to 225 kilowatts, which will never ever be seen on the e-niro. Getting 38. And 19% battery. And that's after driving basically 8 hours. So I left the cottage at midday exactly, and now it is 10 to 9. So almost 9 hours. Still cold gating. It's 2 degrees. 2 degrees out, 3 degrees. Oh well, whatever. I'm not bothered. Well, it's getting 40 kilowatts now, it's not too bad. So I will come back in a little over an hour, and it should be over 80%. So what time is it now? 20:50. So I'll come back at 10 p.m. That's 1 hour 10 minutes, and should be charged, and then I'll drive it back over to the hotel. Job done. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.